Welcome to Module 12, Obtaining Internal Approvals. In the intricate and often high-stakes process of bid management, the creation of a compelling proposal is a significant achievement. However, the journey is not complete with the finalization of the document itself. This module delves into the essential process of securing internal approvals, exploring a holistic framework for navigating this critical stage. We will draw upon insights from organizational behavior, stakeholder management, and decision-making theory to ensure that your submitted proposal has the full support and endorsement of all relevant stakeholders. Module objectives. Participants will be able to understand your organization's internal governance and approval processes. We'll learn to present the final proposal for approval to key stakeholders and leadership. We'll master the process of addressing stakeholder concerns and securing buy-in for your bid. We'll understand how to document approvals and authorizations to ensure a clear record of the decision-making process. We'll be able to apply principles of stakeholder management and organizational behavior to effectively navigate internal approvals. Understanding internal governance and approval processes. Navigating the path to authorization. Welcome to Lecture 12.1. The ability to develop a compelling proposal is only one piece of the puzzle. Equally crucial is a clear understanding of your organization's internal governance and approval processes. These processes dictate how decisions are made and who has the authority to commit resources. Navigating these internal pathways efficiently is paramount to avoiding delays, ensuring alignment, and ultimately maximizing your chances of winning. The importance of internal alignment. A bid represents a significant investment, and a robust internal governance framework is essential to ensure that all stakeholders are aligned before a formal commitment is made. This alignment helps prevent delays. Imagine the sales team and the legal team disagree on a critical contractual clause just one day before the submission deadline. Without proper internal alignment and an established approval process, this conflict could easily cause a late submission and an automatic disqualification. By getting alignment early, you prevent these last-minute roadblocks. Avoid unapproved commitments. A classic example is when a technical team makes a commitment to a client about a feature that has not been approved by the finance department. This can lead to significant financial risks and cost overruns. By getting internal approval, you ensure that all commitments are vetted and approved by the right stakeholders. Secure executive buy-in. Without executive-level awareness and approval, a proposal may lack the necessary strategic weight and resource allocation. For example, if a bid manager needs a key technical resource, and the executive team is not aligned on the importance of the bid, they might not approve the resource. Getting executive buy-in ensures that the bid is a priority for the entire organization. Avoid wasting resources. A bid that ultimately fails to secure internal approval is a costly waste of resources. By getting alignment early, you can avoid investing significant time and effort in developing a proposal that is destined to be rejected by internal stakeholders. A framework for understanding the process. Understanding and navigating internal governance and approval processes requires a structured approach. Identify key stakeholders and their roles. For a major bid, you would identify the CEO, the head of finance, and the head of the technical team as key stakeholders. You would then map out their roles. For instance, the head of finance is responsible for approving the pricing, and the head of the technical team is responsible for approving the solution's feasibility. This helps you to understand who you need to involve at each stage. Map the internal approval workflow. You can create a visual map or flowchart that shows the internal approval workflow. This map might show that the legal review must be completed before the financial review can begin, and that the financial review must be completed before the executive approval. This visual map provides a clear roadmap for the entire approval process. Understand governance policies and procedures. You must familiarize yourself with your organization's formal policies. For example, a formal policy might state that any bid over $1 million requires the approval of the CEO. Understanding this policy is critical to ensuring that you involve the right stakeholders at the right time. You should also be aware of any informal practices, such as the CEO always wanting to have an informal discussion before the formal approval process begins. Proactive communication and engagement. Engage stakeholders early in the bid lifecycle. For example, you might have an informal meeting with the head of finance to discuss the preliminary pricing strategy, rather than waiting until the final proposal is complete. This proactive communication helps to address any potential concerns early on and makes the final approval process much smoother. Key takeaways. The foundation of responsible bidding. Understanding and effectively navigating internal governance and approval processes is not a bureaucratic hurdle. It is a fundamental aspect of responsible and successful bidding. By establishing clear workflows, engaging stakeholders early, and ensuring that all necessary authorizations are obtained, you can mitigate risks, foster internal alignment, and ultimately increase your chances of submitting winning proposals that have the full backing and commitment of the entire organization.